Monsters We Make Volume 2 is really good. In the first video, I gave it a 7 out of 10. It might sound crazy, but I'd like to lower that to like maybe a 6, maybe 6.5. Because Volume 2, I can happily say is a solid 7.5. Or even an 8 out of 10, I'm not gonna hold you. There's not much I need to say in the intro. There's a lot I want to go over. So just like in the last video, I don't want to get crazy into spoilers, you know what I mean? Because I want you guys to go ahead and read it. But if I do say some, you know, you've been warned. That's all it is. Anyways, Volume 2. At the beginning of the volume, there's a flashback to 17 years ago that show what it was like when the Eternal Night started. Or at least, I'm gonna guess this was the Eternal Night. But pretty much an event happened 17 years ago. And we see it through the eyes of a troubled family, to say the least, who are having a vacation at the beach. And the pops of the family works at Sonata. And shit, I can't say anything too crazy, but the pops and the mom are probably going to be important figures. Maybe, you know, somebody that we're going to see later on, but not sure. This flashback leads up into the Dean and the Vector 1 meeting. Very vague, I know, but if those characters really are important, which I think they are, I don't want to spoil nothing too crazy, you feel me? But with Jabari, he's having some issues handling what happened in Volume 1. And his whole deal right now is that the leakers, or monsters, were/are human to him. And he feels the way they're going about getting rid of the monsters is wrong. And that thought process is messing up his focus when fighting or training with his team, and also causing him to have a different outlook on what it is they're actually doing, like just being a hound as a whole. And that's like his mindset for the whole volume. But other than that, there was a bunch of characters who were introduced, like Fane and Wraith, but they were teased before in the previous volume. Fane is the dude that almost got into it with Jabari, and Wraith's the creepy dude that was like whispering to himself in the hallway. But yeah, they were teased in Volume 1. And then we have some newer faces like Bastion, Ren, and Tilly. Pretty sure there's a couple more, but you know what I'm saying. Just new people are there. And in the first half, they all have a meeting with the Dean, going over past missions, and pretty much just reviewing everything that they've done. There's a little spike of conflict between Wraith and some of the other people in there on something that's kind of serious for Wraith. And that whole conflict is a reoccurring theme throughout the entire volume. Like, it kind of leads into everything else that happens during the second half. Speaking of the second half is a sport/fight tournament where it's like just 1v1s, and they were set up in an arena and they had to fight and get the ball to, you know, the corresponding side. You know what I'm saying? Whoever got the ball to their side wins. And that's pretty much the volume in a nutshell, without trying to completely ruin you guys' experience. This is going to be the pure glaze part of the video. Like I said in the intro, I'd give this volume a 7.5, 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it that much. And just because of the art improvement alone, it's just crazy. The art improved so much. And the story beats are definitely hitting. At least for me personally. And that might be because of some characters in particular. But Volume 2 heavily improves on the art side. Since the last one was the first volume, I didn't have anything to compare it to, you know? Like, what style is Monsters We Make trying to go for? And I personally think it's still growing. But on a fundamental level, the art is vastly better. The line work is much cleaner. There were some panels where the line art is very thick and bold in the first one. They completely changed that. And the hatching itself is just better. It wasn't really an issue for me in the first volume, but if there's an improvement, I'ma say it. And so is the flow of the fights. The first volume is pretty heavy on screen tones as well, while the second volume uses them a little bit more tastefully, I'd say. Like, overall, the art, bro, that shit goes up crazy. And the paneling was never bad, but in the second volume, I don't know if it was because of the story or I was just crazy into it, but I was sliding through the pages like butter. Like, it was real good. And there is so much more action in here, it feels. And that's mainly because, you know, the second half is the 1v1 segment. And my critique for the first volume, I can happily say did not happen. In the first volume, I said it was hard to follow the fights a little bit. Like, I knew they were fighting, but it was hard to tell what was actually happening. At least to me. But in here, it was clear what was happening. And the fights did have a sort of flow or like rhythm to it, if that makes sense. It's just pretty much a night and day improvement on all fronts. If you go back and read Volume 1 and read Volume 2, it would be like, I don't know, Brett. It don't even feel like you're reading the same shit. I ain't gonna hold you. This is just a little segment where I'm gonna point out some of the things that stood out to me, like characters and some fights. Starting with characters, which all of them are really solid, at least the ones that had some screen time. But there are clear highlights for me personally. Han and Wraith are my top two, like, probably favorite stars of this volume. And if you read the volume, you would see like why. It's definitely the most interesting conflict so far, I think. And I think an honorable mention will be like Sep, probably, because I want to know more about why she is the way she is for real, because they kind of tease something like in her backstory, and I just want to know more about that. So you know what I'm saying? And I want to know more about really all the characters. There are no real weak characters right now. The best fights for me is obviously going to be Jabari versus Fane and Han versus Wraith. Like, those are the main two stars of the book, bro. And even though nothing happened yet with Fane versus Liam, minor spoiler with that, low key, because I don't think that was in the advertisements for volume 2, but hey, I warned you. But fun fact, did you know that Liam's nickname is the Knight of Eden? That shit tough. But minor spoilers about Wraith and Han. In the first volume, we are shown a team at the very beginning that, like, you know, major spoilers, kind of. They get bodied crazy, like done in. And Wraith was a part of said team. And apparently Han was the one leading, or either a part of the people leading them to the destination. You feel me? I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but I want more people to read it, so go read it and come tell me I'm wrong type shit. Anyways, Han led them there, and Wraith kind of has like survivor's guilt pretty much, and he just feels like it's up to him to carry on what the team started. And he blames Han for what happened, and it's just one of those things where I can't really blame Wraith, you know what I mean? And that's what just makes it like so interesting to me, because it's like, I kind of get it, you feel me? Those are my favorite type of plot points. Very excited to see where this goes. And now critiques. It's like 2 of them, not really nothing too crazy, I ain't gonna lie. This is gonna be similar to the things I didn't like section in the last video, because there's not much I didn't like about this volume. And the only thing I have is like pacing, or the power scaling is just kind of weird. Like, at least mainly with the suits. Like, not in the way with the suits and things work, but more so the fights. They are very fast paced, and like the suits when fighting, it feels like they do 2 attacks and the whole shit's just depleted. And like it's from my standpoint, it's hard to understand the lengths these people can actually go to, you know what I mean? But that's one hand, and on the other hand, it's like it could be on purpose, because canonically the Hounds are like top 1%, and they all have their strengths and weaknesses that get explained in the same volume. But between them, I'm not really sure who's stronger for real, like who's actually strong, or who's like, you know what I mean, who could just do some shit besides like Jabari and Fane, I guess. But even then, it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's the same, you know what I'm saying? Either fight can tilt one direction, and pretty much now that I'm saying that out loud, it deadass might be intentional. But that's all I would really say, honestly. Wait, actually, that's a lie. And the other thing is about the art style. After I glazed it so much, there is still one thing that's like on my mind. Like, the art style is very good, don't get me wrong. Really fucking good, actually. But it doesn't feel like monsters we make yet, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's definitely from, you know what I'm saying? But it is just the second volume, so I'm gonna give it the same benefit of the doubt. Like, I can't really explain this critique, it's just like a feeling. Yeah, it could just be because I need to see more, or it could just be me. Whatever it is, it was still solid as fuck though. I've set the rating multiple times for this, man. It's a confident 8 out of 10 for me, at least as a volume. Good pickup from the end of volume 1, and introduced a lot of new concepts that I want to see more in fights. This is the quickest section, bro. I don't care. I liked it. But that's pretty much all I have to say about volume 2. Very pleasantly surprised, and I want more. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Thank you. Love you. And then comment down, like, I don't know what. Comment down what character you like or hate if you're reading it. But that's it. Night of Eden. Oh my god.